Hey everyone, thanks for listening and continuing the conversation of MoonWhips. And as we talk about the project as developers, not so much as the buyers, I want to point something out in this episode, and that is raving fans. If you've ever read the book Raving Fans, which I highly recommend, again, I'm not promoted for this, it goes about who your customer is and really understanding what to look for in your customers and developing something specific to your customers. And when we say customers in the NFT world, I'm talking about the community. And I think, in my opinion, it behooves the projects or businesses that don't see their customers as the community as a community, and to even see their team as potentially being part of the community. And everybody is together. You always have a leader, you have those who do the tasks around, go around doing the tasks, and then you also have those who participate in the community in whatever it has to offer. So when we look at designing a project, and MoonWhips is a good example of what I want to share with you today, because not all projects are for everybody. And if you, as the developer, are looking to satisfy the entire world, I think you're going to end up getting yourself stuck and not being able to make great progress for your community. And what I mean by that is if you're trying to, like for instance, my community, or let's say MoonWhips does not have 24-hour people working on the project so that when I come on at my time, when I'm ready, there's no one there to talk to. That does not mean the project is bad. That does not mean that your project would be bad. It just is how it's designed. My own community is not like that. I'm actually not following my own advice, but eventually I hope to get there, is that I don't have a team, it's me. So the community is able to interact only when I'm able to interact. I don't have 24-hour service there. But that doesn't mean that that's a bad project. What that means is that you have specific things that you can offer the community, and that there's nothing wrong with that. When you're looking to build something, it should be very specific. Only until you get your community talking and saying, hey, I think this is important to us. Hey, we should go in this direction. And if part of that group says, great, let's do this, we want this, then you go do that. If nobody's talking about how bad it is that you're going to get complaints, but if nobody's talking about how bad the community is because you don't have this or that, then don't worry about it. Like, you are there you have such limited NFTs, and those are the people who bought in, and those are the people that you are trying to satisfy. And well, in some ways, if you listen to my last podcast or watch my last video, you'll know that my tune on that's changed a little bit. But you need to start looking at making a certain group happy and catering to their needs, because that's where you get the best return for your efforts. Meaning that if you spend all your time trying to please everyone, it's impossible. You know that. So you have to go in with the focused mind, like, here's my group. Here's the community member I want to talk to. Here's the community member I want to reach. And here's the experience I want them to have. And we should talk about that too, because it's not necessarily what you give them, it's more about the experience you want them to have. So focusing on that one individual and focusing on the experience that they have is the important part. The vehicle should be decided by you as a leader, but also manipulated by the community. Because if you found your ideal community member and you're talking to them, I'm pretending my microphone here is that community member, but if you're talking to that and you got that community member's attention and you are creating the experience that you want for them, then that's who you should be listening to, and they kind of direct where you go. And what you're going to see that when you have someone who's upset, you have to understand, is this the community member I really want here? And again, we, as a leader, we're looking for some turnover, so we know we can't make everybody happy. And we know some people have bought into the project with expectations. It's when you start missing those expectations that you will see like a change in hands. And hopefully you have enough people who want to get in based on the vision that you want to have for the community. And hopefully people are holding, you have your diamond hands, and you have the people who are like, this isn't the project for me. And then you keep designing it. And as you keep designing the future of the project and just focusing on your customer, like what is it? Like let's talk about MoonWhips. It's all about mental health. Now they could have gone very specific and said, I want those that are dealing with bipolar issues. And then they know that their community will have people, if they say mental health, people are going to come in for mental health, but they're going to attract groups that are not going to be interested if you're talking about bipolar. And there's nothing wrong with just going that specific in the niche, because then you can understand that community member a lot more because you can hone in. If you do a whole bunch of stuff, there's nothing wrong with that either, but you then have to figure out those customers that you have, how do you try to satisfy all of them? And raving fans, I believe, is more about focusing on your true one customer, who's your ideal customer, figuring them out, and then taking care of them. And hopefully there's a whole bunch of them that you can all take care of each other and create this community. And then maybe later in the future you start expanding it if the community starts saying that. But you're going to have people in the community who don't have NFTs, who are part of the community, and they are there, and you need to listen to them as well because they're your future buyers, or maybe they're just there because of what you have to offer, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think there's many different tiers of how we can service community members, and some of them are just there just to hang out and just feel good by listening. They don't want to necessarily partake in the things that you're doing. And from my perspective, we want to listen to that group, but we're not catering to that group. We're catering to the ones who have invested their money into you, or even the ones that want to get into want the NFT. They just can't get it because the supply is limited. And maybe you create another supply for those to get in. Because what's the whole point of all this is to get a community of people together, unless you're going in it for just the money. But in my perspective, the real gold, the real gem in all this is creating a community around your idea. And yes, we do want the funds to come in, but if we're not satisfying the community, then what else is there to do? Because eventually you're just going to run out and dry up. So looking at MoonWhips, I'm not upset that they couldn't be there for me when I needed them. And they should not be upset because I'm now not going to invest in their project because I'm not their ideal customer. I think it's all connected in my mind. So having your raving fan, catering to them, understanding them, and not worrying about the people that you cannot serve unless you're missing out on the community that you do want to serve. Then you can make those changes. But focusing on your one community, your perfect participant, your perfect customer, your perfect community member, and catering to their needs, that's what this is all about. And I think, in my opinion, and I think if you can do that, you will see that your company or your business or your project is going to be stable for many, many years because you're focused on providing and doing what it takes to make them happy. That's it for today. Until next Monday, I hope to hear from you soon about the Ethereum giveaway. If you're just listening to this portion, go back to listening to about the project because that's where the Ethereum giveaway is going on. And yeah, I can't wait. We have this week. Let's see, is it this week? We're on the 8th. Yeah, this week we have Rancid Royals dropping, and I can't wait to talk or get my hands on the next project. I've got 2 of them, I said. So I'm going to be looking forward to researching those, and I hope to deliver more. I hope I'm going to keep delivering as much information or the thoughts that come in my head, whether you like them or not, on how I believe projects can do much more for the real life things that we're doing and bridging those gaps and making a big difference in your community or project. Until next time, I'll talk to you then.